So we've had some interest on the engine setup we're running. It's still the factory 1.8, but supercharged. We're running the BRP hotside kit with MP62 supercharger. We're running factory computer with fuel card. We originally got the kit with running about 5 psi boost, and it just had the charge pipe running straight across to the intake, and it was fun, but we wanted more, so we bumped it up to, right now it's about 10 pounds of boost at the blower and 7 pounds of boost at the intake. We've had to go through a few modifications. When we first upped the boost, we had some heat issues, so that's why we ran the cold air intake. It routes from the fog light through a tube into the air box here, and in there's just our K&N filter running to the back of the supercharger. On top of that, it's also front mount intercooled, and that gave us some issues because with the standard setup with the throttle body at the back of the blower, there's too much volume, so we were running into stalling issues and whatnot. So we had to come up with a custom dual throttle body setup. We put the factory throttle body back in its place. We ran a custom pulley here made out of essentially 2 pulleys to run a piggyback cable to the throttle body at the back of the supercharger. This restricts flow into the blower. This one restores drivability, idle, and pretty much every aspect of a Miata motor. When we first did the dual throttle body setup, the only thing we really had to change with the actual supercharger setup was the actuator needed to be run off the manifold instead of the outlet of the supercharger. With a single throttle body at the back, everything would be in vacuum at idle. Now, only the intake is in vacuum. We didn't have that plumbed to a vacuum source the first time we fired it up, and it made about 8 pounds of boost at idle and got red hot in seconds. So we found out pretty quick what had to happen there. And besides that, it's essentially just the standard hotside setup with 2 throttle bodies. With the dual throttle bodies, the blower is no longer in vacuum, so at idle, it's in essentially ambient air pressure. And so when you get on the throttle and the back throttle plate opens up, it's ready to make boost essentially instantly. Sounds pretty wicked even at low RPMs. And because this throttle body can close off the airflow, it's the need for the blow off. So essentially it's running similar to a turbo setup. Let's hear it fire up. So as you can hear, it sounds pretty wicked. It's got the blow off like a turbo, whines like crazy, and with such a short intake and really nothing restricting it, the sound comes out of the filter pretty good from the supercharger itself. Very happy with how it runs. It makes good power. Haven't dynoed it yet, so no bother asking that. We will hopefully this summer, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.